Hey guys, okay, so I'm going to show you a little trick on how to string out your omniscience combos so that you can uh, keep keep the flow going without actually like ending your turn and letting the combo peter out like it does sometimes. Credit where it's due, the deck itself, I didn't come up with this. That's from ZW 2007. Zach, he's in our GoblinPile team, one of the OGs, if I remember correctly, and Shteev, another GoblinPile OG. He is actually the one who came up with this little trick and like pinpointed exactly how, like what you need to do in order to use it. I have fiddled around with it myself, and I think I've got it down to almost a sort of science because you can get very exacting with it. The deck itself here is very simple. You have Omniscience, that's your engine. You have Gear Hulk and Niv. Those guys are going to deal out damage whenever you draw cards, and Niv is going to keep the engine running by every spell you cast. He's going to draw you another card. Now, if you notice, we've got 6 spells in here, so that's really going to increase our ability to keep the engine moving. The rest of this stuff is all draw or mana gain. So we have Dark Ritual for mana, we have Startled Awake for more mana. Whir of Invention is the other side of the coin for Omniscience. There's only one support in here. Whir pulls support straight out of the deck onto the battlefield, and that's the whole point behind Whir. So initially, when we are trying to set this up, the cards we care most about getting into play, obviously Omniscience. Then immediately after that, the Gear Hulk and the Dragon, and then from that point on, there's only really 4 cards that we care about. I guess 5. That's going to be Stitch, because that's going to string your turn out a little longer. Then you got Whir again, obviously. Behold Beyond and Days Undoing. Those 2 are the big sources of damage. If you've got both creatures in play, then that's going to deal out 42 damage for 1 cast of Days or Behold Beyond. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to get this deck going, and I thought I'd show it on a little bit longer battle here on Oath of the Gatewatch, because, man, look at that load time. That's remarkably fast. So there's just more opportunity with a boss that has this much health to kind of show how it works. So what you'll notice as the turn progresses, with every card you draw, as it pops up onto the screen, your hand will kind of creep over. You can see how I'm doing it right there manually, but it'll just pop out just a little bit, and you'll be able to see all of those cards. And you want to really focus in on that, because that's how you'll be able to stop the cards from automatically casting. So just to kind of dig further into my deck here, I'm going to keep Dark Ritual. I'm going to cast Pull from Tomorrow and ditch this other pull down here and see where that gets me, so that I can maybe get the thing started at the beginning of the next turn here. Yay, we got an Omni. Look at that. And a Gear Hulk. And a Behold Beyond and a Whir. Okay, so I didn't actually get it going there. But that's okay. So we want to get rid of Pull. We want to cast these 2. So we're going to go Dark Ritual, get 2 copies of Omniscience out, and then Combustible Gear Hulk, and then this should, if I can keep it going long enough, this should win the game for us outright. Alright, so here goes. I'm going to have to focus, so I won't be doing a whole lot of talking. But the cards that cast without... oh, well, no, that's a bummer. I don't want to throw away that Omniscience, so I'll just let it go. The cards that cast without actually asking your permission are the ones that we want to disable in the middle of the combo. So I'm going to just get rid of that. And now the reason, my logic here, I play this a little differently than Shteev does. I don't like to throw away cards like Behold or Pull because they ask you. So if I have a moment to pause, I'll move days up to the top, and those cards will just get shuffled back into my deck, and it gives me more opportunity, more control over the flow of the turn. So we'll cast days, and we'll start the combo over. I don't want to cast Gear Hulk, so I'm going to gray it out. That was a day, or yep, Behold the Beyond, another Behold the Beyond. So we're going to minimize that. We cast our Whir, and we're going to dump our hand again and keep going. I don't want that Startled Awake. I do want that Whir. I don't need that Gear Hulk. And as you can see, over here on my left, everything just kind of like pop in and out. And we're going to go ahead and cast Days again until we get a Niv out on the field. Oh, I don't want that Dark Ritual. And the cards that I'm disabling, as you can see, those are the ones that they all ask for your permission. And see, look at that. I've got 21 shields on my Omni. I don't need the Gear Hulk. I guess I can do Pull from Tomorrow. Okie dokie. I don't really want to go with Days or Dark Ritual. Kind of had no choice on that on that Hulk. So I will disable that, cast my Stitch in Time, and then cast this second Behold the Beyond. And then we got another Whir. I may not even get a copy of Niv out. Oh, there he is. The reason you want Niv is he kind of like keeps it going. Any spells that you cast with him in play, like what I'm about to do here. So there's a Stitch in Time on the other side of this Behold. So I'm going to cast the Stitch and see what that gets me. It might draw me into something good, like an Omni Hulk. So disable Niv, cast my Stitch in Time, and now because I have a full hand, I'm going to cast my whole Days Undoing again, reset it, and he's basically dead. Like there's nothing, it's not going to come back from this. At this point, because I have both of my heavy hitters in play, it's over. Now, it's important to note that as you play this, you can only ever disable the first 5 cards in your hand. Card number 6 is not visible at the bottom of the screen, and so you will never be able to actually disable it. And that's the game. Look at that. We won. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions.